Paul and Jesus are different in the way that they ministered and the way that they taught about Torah and its application in daily life. The Apostle Paul was a Pharisee who was bringing the message of Jesus, the message of the Torah, the prophets, ethical monotheism to a non-Jewish world. And as a Pharisee, he was proclaiming this faith, and he wasn't asking non-Jews to be circumcised and be converted to Judaism in order to enter into the life of the community. And there were significant leaders in first century Christianity, we know from Acts 15:1, that really wanted Gentiles who come from a heathen background to be circumcised and keep all of the ritual laws, every aspect of ritual and ancient Jewish faith and practice. Well, Jesus had a ministry to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He was reaching out to Jewish people and trying to bring spiritual revitalization. He did see that there would be an outreach to the non-Jewish world. This is emphasized in the first chapter of Acts, but I think we also have this in some of the teachings in the Synoptic Gospels as well, and in the Gospel of John, that Jesus was ministering Torah to the Jewish people and proclaiming the kingdom of God, the sovereignty of God. He's very close to some of the ancient rabbis who would say, if you pray the Shema, you are receiving the kingdom of heaven. He was proclaiming the kingdom. But the Apostle Paul continued to observe Torah, as many others in the early Christian community who came from a Jewish background continued to observe Torah. And of course, we see that Jesus lived an observant life and that he loved Torah and he followed the Torah's teachings and he proclaimed the sovereignty of God. So we have a great similarity between Jesus and Paul as Jews following and living a life dedicated to Torah, but they had a different orientation, one to the non-Jews, one to the Jewish people.